Hi, I'm Paul from the Studio Apps. Today we're looking at this. This is a Gibson Les Paul Special. This turned up the other day and I think this might be my favourite Gibson. I've got a couple of Murphy Labs and a Custom Shop 57. I still think this is a better guitar. So this is what you would have considered back in 1957 to be Gibson's, well, one of the entry-level models. This was a much cheaper model than the Les Paul Standard that came out, I think, originally in 1952. I think this came out in 55 or 57, something like that. And this is a much more sort of scaled down version of a Les Paul Standard. It's a solid mahogany body neck. You haven't got the carved maple top, which for one thing reduces the weight, which for me is a massive bonus with Les Pauls. That's one of my things about Les Pauls. And I don't often gig with a Les Paul because I find them quite heavy, a bit cumbersome, and something like this, which weighs around £7, is a much more gig friendly option. Now, if you watch the channel, you'll know what a massive fan I am of Fender Telecasters, and I guess this is Gibson's version, or the closest you can probably get to a Telecaster. Flat sort of slab body, two pickups, two single coil pickups, even though these are P90s, still sort of single coils. It's got a massive chunky neck on it, which I personally love. I think chunky neck guitars sound better, but there's definitely something about the resonance and the sustain of a guitar with a bigger neck. So what you get with a Gibson Special, well, there's three different variations of the Gibson Special. You get the standard range, then you get the Custom Shop, then you get the Murphy Lab. All three versions come with a hard case. Now, I think for the standard version, which in the UK retails for about £1,300, something like that, you still get a hard case. Now, with the Custom Shop and the Murphy Lab, and I think this is correct, you get a crocodile skin style case. So the case, I think, is slightly different. All three tiers come with nitro finish, which is my preference on the guitar. The difference really comes between the standard and the Custom Shop and the Murphy Lab to do with the hardware and the finish. So with the standard version, you get the standard Gibson P90s, and with the Custom Shop and the Murphy Lab, you get the Custom Shop P90s, which are hand wound. And as I said, the main difference between the standard range and the Custom Shop and the Murphy Lab is really the finish. So with the standard range, you get the nitro finish. With the Custom Shop, and even more so the Murphy Lab, then you start to get into the hand-picked woods as such. So the Custom Shop and the Murphy Lab get their pick of the best woods, the best weight, the best grain, etc. The Custom Shop comes with the VOS finish, and they age the hardware, and the Murphy Lab, depending on what degree of distress that it gets, you get a different finish and you get some of this lacquer checking. But considering the guitars are pretty much the same, I think even the standard range is a bit of a bargain. So let's have a listen to how it sounds. Now we've obviously got the standard sort of Gibson wiring with the three-way switch up here, the 2 volume controls and the 2 tone controls. Now the Gibson Special range, and if I'm completely honest, I don't think there's a hell of a lot of difference between all of the different tiers. They start from about £1,300 in the UK, and you can go up to a Murphy Lab version for about £4,500. Now, if you look at them, if you look at the Murphy Lab version, yes, there is some checking and some nice sort of patina on the guitar, but the difference between the Murphy Lab version and the bog standard Gibson Standard USA Special, there's not actually a hell of a lot. Now I think this is probably my favourite Gibson. 1, the weight, 2, the sound, and 3, the price point. I think these are an absolute bargain. Anyway, I'll leave a couple of links to a couple of places where you can go and pick these up. For a USA made guitar, I think the price point is pretty attractive for these. Anyway, as I said, I'll leave some links in the notes below if you want to go and check them out. Really hope you guys got something out of this video. If you did get something out of it, don't forget to like and subscribe, click on the bell button, and you'll be notified of any future video that comes out from the Studio Athe. I'm Paul, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.